The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 general election, Mr. Peter Obi, has criticized the state of democracy in Nigeria, arguing that the system has collapsed, failed, and no longer functions as it should. Speaking at the 60th birthday colloquium for former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Emeka Ohedioha in Abuja, Obi decried the political trajectory that shaped democracy since 1999, saying the foundation laid by previous government has been undermined by recent administrations. Obi recalled how he was able to secure his mandate from the court without external interference from the then president. He noted that President Yar'Adua, who wasn't a member of his party, even reached out to him to check on his well-being during that period.
If you look at what Bishop Kuka said, he says the work in progress. Let me follow my brother when he said about 1999. If you look at where we are today, it's like they started in 1999, laid the foundation. Some people came and took it to decking, and some people were trying to raise it to first floor, and some people came and knocked everything down. That's the situation where we are now. Everything has been knocked down. Nothing works. And I'm somebody who can say this exemplarily. I became a governor to the court when President Obasanjo and Atiku were government. I did not pay the court 1 naira. I was sitting in my house in the office, and the court declared me winner. When a governor is not serious, it can't happen in Nigeria today. When I was being impeached, the president sent people to come and intervene on my behalf. Ken Namani came begging House people not to impeach me. Today, the president impeaches the person. So that is the thing that collapse. They were begging my house not to impeach me. And they were PDP. I was in anger. And they were begging. President was calling me and said, Peter, are you okay? Even when I was impeached, President Obasanjo called me and said, are you okay? Are you safe? When I go back from the court, when court eventually declared me under Anjuba, President Yar'Adua called my phone in London and said, congrats. I said, President, I can't come back because, if I come back, these people, he said, tell me the flight in which you're coming back. And I told him, when I came in the first time, military people came to receive me at the airport. I couldn't believe it. I took me straight to him. Now the president will ask me not to come back here again. So insane. Let's talk about how we are going to rebuild it. It's collapsing.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo remarked that democracy is not about grabbing power unworthily and directing opposition parties to go to court where they are unlikely to get justice. He lamented that democracy in Africa is not what it used to be decades ago and stressed the need for African leaders to adopt a people-centric approach to governance.
Democracy is meant to be a system of government that delivers and delivers to all the people, not just a section of the people, not just a few. But what do we have today? I believe since we gone past the Greek democracy, which brought everybody to the square, and everybody has a say in the decision making, which affects everybody, or which affected everybody. Democracy has now become representative democracy. And representative democracy has not taken care of everybody. Today we have democracy, which is government of the people, of small number of people, by a small number of people, over large number of people. Who are deprived of what they need to have in life. Now that is not democracy that will endure. So if you are talking of democracy failing in Africa, democracy in Africa has failed. And why has it failed? Because it didn't have any in context and in content. It's not African.
Former Secretary General of the Commonwealth, Chief Emeka also spoke at the event, highlighting that the management of Nigeria's diversity remains a significant challenge for the nation. In his closing remark, Emeka Ohedioha called on all Nigerians to protect and nurture democracy, striving to elevate it to a standard that will be appreciated by everyone.
I do not take positions because I like you or not like you, but because I believe that democracy remains the best form of governance in our land. And because I do no other business than pursuing this cause, it makes sense for me to do everything to sustain it. And I want to urge everyone that at times like this, that we should all rise and protect this institution. For me, I've been in legislature for 12 years. I've passed that to that institution, and so I remain committed to that institution. I had the privilege of serving in the executive as a staff and later as an elected governor. And so I would also protect that institution. And I think that judiciary is very fundamental in our stability. So I urge all men and women of goodwill, all of us gathered here, very distinguished Nigerians. For my home state, Governor Chikudenwa is leading a team that includes former Governor Ikedi Ohakim and many others are serving Senator. I'm at home with my people, we're at home. But it's important that we do everything we can without fear of favor and speaking truth to power to sustain and protect this institution, to protect democracy. I believe all of us, mistakes have been made and will always be made. What is important is the way forward.